Donald Trump, and I have another rant on my Substack and TikTok this week. Yeah. Donald Trump is a Russian asset. The Russian spies are in the White House.
Yeah.
Well, the Oval Office meeting, I was just stunned. Yeah. Stunned almost into silence. And by the end of it, I got a phone call from London, right? From London Broadcasting, leading Britain's voice. And they called, and I knew the producer, and I answered the phone like this. What the fuck? What the frick?
Okay. All right. We're going to have to dump that.
Okay.
That was close enough.
Yeah. Thanks, Malcolm.
This is why I need to put tape on this shirt. But I feel you, dog. I feel you.
Look at you, subliminal messaging to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I hope it's back. But yeah, that was my message, was that I could not believe the utter disgrace of the President of the United States, humiliating what up until that minute was an ally. And suddenly everything I ever wrote about Donald Trump being a Russian asset flooded into the room. And it's almost like he said, you know what? Malcolm Nance was right. Let me prove it. And he started spouting Russian talking points. And all of this is about to help Vladimir Putin by attacking an enemy. And let's be honest, Ukrainians are dying today because of J.D. Vance and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And, we're cutting defense aid. We're probably cutting intelligence. That's what I heard today, is that intelligence resources are going to be cut. But thank God Europe is going to step in for that and give them more than the United States ever offered.
Yeah, Britain just pledged $2 billion in missiles. I mean, Malcolm, that would be my question to you is, in my fantasy, they all band together. I mean, it's despicable to watch them all on the world stage without the United States. But, if they all get behind him and they curb stomp Russia together, that just, and Donald Trump thinks somehow he's a great deal maker and he's going to get a Nobel Peace Prize for this. They just cut him out entirely. What do you think?
I got to tell you, this is all about Donald Trump's obsession. His Nobel Peace Prize obsession, and I wrote about this in my book, Plot to Betray America, started in 1987. When he took out a New York Times full-page ad demanding George Herbert Walker Bush make him the negotiator for the START nuclear missile talks with the Soviet Union. And when everyone ignored him in America, he started talking to the Russians and went to Moscow.
Yeah.
I mean, from that point, and then Barack Obama getting a Nobel Prize for being a good guy, it's insane. It's in his head. And you know what? He could cure cancer tomorrow, and he could also bring peace to the world, and no one's giving him nothing. Yeah. He's getting nothing. Good day, sir.
I just love the way Jasmine Crockett says it. That day she said, it's been a long day, but in short, bullies ain't. I don't care what title you hold. This isn't some long-gone reality TV show or failed casino. This is war. How dare a draft-dodging dumb dope humiliate an ally and berate an actual brave man who's actually been on a battlefield for his people. Let me say to the world, I'm sorry that the bright light America used to be is dimming. I mean, it just was such a humiliating day to be an American. And
I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but every time Jasmine Crockett puts out something awesome like that, the first 30 tweets or the first 30 responses is a huge gang of us guys going, that's my next wife. And then we start fighting each other on Twitter. You can't have her. I saw her first. Man, she is something else. We need to clone her and get her elected in every Democratic district because she's got backbone.
Yeah.
She's got spine.
Fire.
She speaks in words Trump voters understand. And that is why they absolutely hate her with a white-hot passion.
Yeah.
But she's absolutely right. You don't stand up. You stand up to bullies like this. Yeah. All right? You guys know I'm all shouty because you know what? It is the time to shout.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, Malcolm, I think back to your first book again, which was came out before the 2016 election, The Plot to Hack America. You got to talk to me about, I keep saying this is the biggest, dumbest, most obvious plot that would be rejected out here in Hollywood. that he then tells them to stand down on Russian cyber attacks after, looking like he's going to give up Ukraine, leave NATO, do everything Vladimir Putin wants. It's everything that's been in all your books. And I feel like the media's gotten so cowed about, it's a Trump-Russia hoax, that they're not reporting on the obvious. I mean, I just wanted to, General Russell Honoré, I know you know him, said, remember, Russian cyber warriors attacked our 2024 election and nothing was done about it. I mean, obviously, given everything that's happened up through now, he didn't stop in 2016, Putin. Did he learn from 2020? And what did he do in 24? We know about the bomb threats that were connected to Russia into battleground states, but talk to us a little bit about this.
Yeah, well, we've gone through all of this before. Vladimir Putin started it off in 2016, but by 2020, Trump had taken up the mantle. The entire MAGA and Republican Party had taken up the mantle and were outdoing anything Moscow could do. And they played around the edges in 2024 with the bomb threats, which in fact did scare people off from the polls, and people did not return back to many of those polls. I saw poll workers saying, well, there was this line went around the corner, now only a few people returned after the bomb scare.
Yeah.
But they don't have to do a thing now. Donald Trump, and I have another rant on my Substack and TikTok this week. Yeah. Donald Trump is a Russian asset. The Russian spies are in the White House.
Yeah.
Tulsi Gabbard, J.D. Vance, exactly. Donald Trump, Pete Hegseth, they work for Moscow. Yeah. They don't work for America. And as I think it was Sheldon Whitehouse who said the other day when he was having a hearing, the things that they are doing, if they're not Russian assets, then they're acting like them. Yeah. They're doing everything for Moscow's interest, not America's, not yours, not mine.
This is why, we love you so much. It's just, I keep saying, why don't enough people have this urgency? You've said it over and over. He is a traitor. He is a national and international security threat. Putin is inside. I mean, how do you get away with that, with saying we're going to back off of Russia on cyber? I mean, that's like saying Putin's in. Come on in. The enemy is literally within. Mm-hmm. And what are we going to do about it?
Say this every week, all week, and I hope it's now trickling down to a lot of these protests. Enough with civility. Enough. You are not the cooling saucer of democracy. That thing has been shattered, stomped on, and swept under the rug by the Republicans. It is time to loudly defend American democracy. And that's why I said in my Substack, we are going to need a second American Revolution to save the values of the first American Revolution. Or as we saw last night, that Kim Jong-un style, speech for an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Where the Republicans stand up and clap in unison like a bunch of trained SEALs who are all murderously afraid of being killed or attacked or wounded or primaried. Lindsey Graham's comment that you made at the beginning, that's nuts. That this will seal him in American history? Yes, it will. The dictatorship thing.
What do you call it? Marco Rubio was on the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee that concluded the same thing the Mueller report did. And this is why I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, that I feel like the media has been cowed to stop talking about Russia when they've obviously still been actively involved in helping Trump. And maybe we don't even know the extent of it right now in 2024. But go ahead. Yeah.
I got to tell you something very funny. You said at the beginning that Hollywood wouldn't approve of a plot like this. Well, in 2017, I submitted a script, a storyline about an American president in 30 years or in 2030 who goes out of his mind, decides he's going to take out the opposition, become a dictator, and it was resubmitted last year to all of the major studios. And you know what they said? Too close to reality.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, did you know that scammers can literally steal your home right out from under you? Not like a cartoon. The FBI calls it house stealing. It is a growing real estate scam targeting American homeowners. Here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on one document, use a fake notary stamp with your local recorder's office, and just like that, your home title has been transferred out of your name. Then they can take out loans using your equity as collateral or even sell the property behind your back. You won't even know it's happening until you start getting collection or foreclosure notices. So let me ask you, when was the last time you checked your home title? If you're like me, the answer is never. And that's exactly what scammers are counting on. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. Their $1 million triple lock protection helps keep your home and equity safe. Here's what you get: immediate 24/7 monitoring of your property, urgent alert if there's any changes, and if fraud should happen, their U.S.-based restoration team will spend up to $1 million to fix the fraud and restore your title at no additional cost. Here's the best part: I have teamed up with Home Title Lock to give you a free title history report so you can find out if you are already a victim and access your personal title expert. That is a $250 value just for signing up. Go to HometitleLock.com, use my promo code Stephanie250, or click on the link in the description. That's HometitleLock.com. Promo code is Stephanie250 to get the protection and peace of mind you deserve.